Taurus, this is Selena Hart, and if you're feeling like something strange is tugging at your sense of stability this week, that's not your imagination. That's energy moving, quietly, insistently, and without explanation. I want to talk to you about this Thursday, the 24th of July, because it's not just another day. It's not the kind of moment that asks you to prepare, journal, or light a candle. It's the kind that slides in without warning and starts rearranging everything you thought was immovable. And Taurus, I know how much you value rhythm, consistency, and peace, but this new moon doesn't care about comfort. It cares about alignment, and if something has been out of sync in your world, it's about to be corrected. Whether you're ready or not, this is not just a cosmic reset. It's a rupture gentle on the surface, but unshakable underneath. And for a sign like you, who tends to plant deep roots and think long-term, this can feel unsettling at first. But here's the truth. What's coming isn't here to uproot you. It's here to wake you up. Because for the past few months, maybe even longer, you've been living in patterns that look safe but feel small. And the universe isn't punishing you for that. It's nudging you out of survival and into something more truthful. This new moon is not about starting fresh. It's about seeing clearly. It's about the moment you realize the version of life you've been holding on to was never built to hold your full potential. And that realization, Taurus, is going to hit you in a deeply personal way. It might come through finances, maybe a moment where something cracks open and you see a new possibility where you used to see only limitation. Or it might be emotional, something soft but steady that reminds you you're allowed to want more. Even if you've told yourself to be grateful for what you have. Either way, it won't be loud. This isn't a breakdown. It's a shift, a quiet recalibration that says, it's time to stop waiting for permission and start moving like you know the ground will rise to meet you. This energy is precise, and it's fast. The more you resist, the heavier it will feel. But if you lean into it even just a little, you'll start to notice the thread, that one idea that won't leave you alone, that subtle change in your body when you speak your truth, that moment of silence that suddenly feels like clarity, not confusion. That's what this new moon is offering, a way forward that doesn't require a plan, only presence. And for a sign like you, that's the challenge. To stop calculating and start trusting, to stop waiting for the next season and start moving in this one. So let's keep going. Taurus, because what comes after this isn't chaos. It's direction. It's not about tearing down everything you've built. It's about refining it quietly, deliberately, powerfully, so that it finally matches who you're becoming. And trust me, the version of you that's emerging, they're done playing small. And Taurus, what's coming next won't crash in. It'll slip through. This kind of change doesn't arrive with alarms or applause. It's quiet. It moves under the surface, in the places where you thought you still had time to decide. But that's the thing about this new moon. It's not asking you to perform a ritual, light a candle, or even set an intention. It's already in motion. The shift has started. And if you're still trying to label it, you might miss it. This energy doesn't wait for your journal entry or your perfect plan. It moves through instinct, not strategy. And it's already unlocking something in you that you didn't even know was sealed off. This is the intersection you didn't see coming, the sacred collision between timing and readiness, the divine setup. Things that felt stuck will start to slide into place, not because you forced them, but because you finally got out of your own way. And here's the truth. You may not want to admit, the reward doesn't go to the one who waits. It goes to the one who moves before it all makes sense. If you're waiting for certainty, you're already late. This new moon accelerates those who leap while others hesitate. If you're bold enough to trust what you feel, even before you can explain it, you'll find that the universe isn't testing you, it's clearing a path. not by pushing you harder, but by removing everything that ever slowed you down. And Taurus, here's where it gets even more honest. The abundance you've been quietly hoping for, it's never been about luck. It's never been about timing. It's always been about the beliefs you've carried, like stone in your pockets. Beliefs that told you you had to grind endlessly to earn your worth. That stability was safer than joy. That ease was a reward you had to deserve. It's not a state you were allowed to live in. But this new moon, it's cracking that story. Not with noise, but with a strange, quiet clarity that starts with a single thought, a sentence you hear in passing, an idea that lands sharper than expected. And just like that, something inside you loosens. A fracture forms not to break you, but to release you. That single shift in perspective becomes the opening, and once it opens, the energy starts to move fast. You may suddenly see how much of your financial life has been shaped by invisible rules you didn't agree to. You may realize that money isn't withheld, it's been waiting for you to stop, trying to prove yourself worthy of it, waiting for you to stop gripping so tightly that nothing could flow. When that shift happens, Taurus, it doesn't stay in the realm of numbers. It spreads quietly, relentlessly. Your sense of value begins to expand, and with it, in the way others respond to you changes too. Conversations soften, opportunities appear, old tension in your relationships eases not because you forced anything, but because your energy finally stopped negotiating its worth. This is where it turns. Your finances aren't just about income. They're the mirror of how you believe life should treat you. And when that mirror reflects back a new truth, when you stop settling for enough and start expecting alignment, everything else adjusts. Your career, your confidence, even your sense of self-trust. This is the domino effect of realignment. It starts in one corner of your life and moves through the rest, like light breaking under a closed door. And once it begins, it doesn't stop. And Taurus, once that internal shift lands, once your energy starts moving from survival into truth, something else begins to change. Quietly but unmistakably. The way you're seen. But let's be clear. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about finally being recognized without the filter of other people's assumptions. You're not changing your essence. You're shedding the weight of misunderstanding. The version of you that used to get overlooked, doubted, or boxed into roles you never asked for, that version doesn't need to fight for visibility anymore. Because this new moon isn't just shifting your finances or your direction, it's recalibrating your presence. The world begins to respond to the real you. The one who no longer edits herself for approval or waits to be chosen. And that response? It's fast. This isn't the age of vague manifestations. This is precision season. The universe isn't dragging its feet anymore. It's echoing back what you believe, what you choose, and what you dare to speak with shocking speed. If you're still hoping without clarity, you'll get mixed results. But if you start showing up with direction, unapologetic, grounded, and focused, the doors don't just creak open, they swing wide, because they were waiting for that version of you all along. And what's wild, Taurus, is that you won't even have to raise your voice. The confidence that's rising now isn't loud, it's rooted. It doesn't come from performance or perfection. It comes from stillness, from the quiet realization that you don't need to explain yourself to be understood. You don't need to prove your worth to hold your space. You just have to show up fully. That's the real shift. That's the calm power that begins to radiate without effort. And when you operate from that place, the world doesn't just see you, it listens. So Taurus, as this new moon on the 24th of July moves through your life, I want you to remember this. It's not here to stir chaos. It's here to clear space. It's not asking you to reinvent yourself. And it's revealing the version of you that's always been quietly waiting beneath the noise. The doubt, the delay. This moment isn't a reset. It's a reckoning. The kind that doesn't ask for your approval, but offers you something better: clarity. The version of you that no longer chases, explains, or waits. That version is rising now. And when you let that energy lead, everything begins to respond. Not because you're lucky, not because something external finally said yes, but because you finally did. So if something in you is stirring, if there's a knowing you can't explain, a path you're drawn to, even if it scares you, follow it. That's your alignment speaking. And this time, the response won't be delayed. This is Selena Hart. And as always, I'll be right here walking beside you. Trust what you feel. Trust who you're becoming. And most of all, don't look back, because the life that's waiting isn't behind you. It's opening right now.